Alright. And welcome to our third game between CIO and LuminaR. LuminaR up in here on the top right in the blue, CIO in the orange. We are now playing on split fronts. Now, these two face off in the finals of the Bootstrap tournament. And in the Bootstrap tournament, LuminaR won 4-0 in the best of 7. However, today, CIO is on a two-win streak at the moment. We've played 2 games and CIO has won both. So it's curious to see how this one. This is going to be the first map we're actually playing that they actually played in the tournament. So we'll see how this goes. LuminaR theoretically should win this one. It could have just been that they didn't play on his weak maps in the tournament. However, well, we'll find out. It could also be that CIO just had the just choked a bit. The pressure got to him a little bit. I'd really like if CIO got his spearmen on a patrol right in front of them to try to distract the fire from these archers. He's not going to do it. The patrols are wildly underused for everything but the horse archers. Hey, ground loaders, you came back. This is the last. Well, we've only just started the game. There's some units went around, but they didn't do much. We do have an assassin coming in at the moment. This will be the last game for LuminaR. I was trying to get you in for it, but you weren't around, so I didn't get you in. But yeah, LuminaR did say this will be his last game. So, you're out of luck. Alright, well, we did get a granary destroyed over here that I missed. Which must have hurt. However, we also got a granary destroyed over here, which I missed. So, equal damage. Looks like LuminaR is trying to defend this side. He sees all these slaves and the horse archers here. All CIO needs to do is bring these horse archers up and get a good patrol on. And then he can send his slaves to do whatever he wants. The slingers are over here just to, prevent that from happening. So that CIO has to bring those horse archers in. Alright, please tell me you got a good patrol on those. He's going to try and melee down the horse archers. Horse archer 1 down to the slaves. This is too long a patrol. This patrol is far too long. Every arrow is pretty much hitting. Meanwhile, though, those slaves are trying to get out to those farms. These horse archers did manage to get up onto the hill up here. I kind of feel like he should have left them up there, to be honest. They're not going to do much on the low ground. At least up here, it kind of secures this kind of area from CIO marshalling troops over here. But, hey. I don't think that seeing them up this close is a good idea at all. Alright, there he goes. He's pulling them back. Meanwhile, back over here, we see that that's just one of CIO's assassins that he used to stop the kill the assassin that got the first granary. So that one's safe. CIO's starting to expand into the extra stone quarries on the low ground. And LuminaR's trying to do the same. I mean, it would be fairly easy to get some slaves over here to deal with that. We've already got slaves coming over here to punish this one. And LuminaR's trying to push him off with this Arabian archer here. But the punishment has begun. Now he's trying to shoot from the low ground at the high ground, which is never a good idea. But he's trying to chase down this assassin here, which looks like it's going to work out for him. Assassin down, no kills. We've got some slaves coming out from LuminaR as well. He's going to try to get around and wreck CIO's economy, while CIO's distracted trying to fight LuminaR. This is always a good move. If you're on the back foot and you find you don't have map control and you can't redo anything, that's when you need to figure out a way to get your troops into their base and shift their focus off of attacking you and into defensive. Start making them react to you instead of the other way around. If you can do that, you can change the course of the game pretty well. And that's what happened in the tournament. LuminaR was able to just keep within CIO's decision-making loop. CIO was constantly reacting to what LuminaR was doing. And LuminaR just managed to keep one step ahead of him. And now it looks like he's trying to start doing the same. He's got assassins over here. He's even got Arabian archers over here, which is kind of funny. I think those are some of his start archers. They are some of his start archers. And these slaves are getting right into the base. Not that there's a heck of a lot to burn over here. Well, there is now. Now there's starting to be stuff to burn. And CIO doesn't realize that these slaves are here. He's too busy focusing on this. You're getting some more burning over here. Keep thing, but I mean, we've got recruited a horse archer and he's not there. Okay, the assassins come in. The assassins do save the base. And the horse archer is going to kill the final slave. No problems. A couple buildings destroyed. Not nearly as devastating as I would have hoped. It would be nice to send one at each of these 3 buildings here as they came in. So, CIO's managed to deal with it, and he's now back in control of the game. I hope for a fun game. CIO has already won 2 in a row. I always go for the underdog. There always comes a point where there's nothing left for him to do. There's nothing. You're pretty much lost the game, so I can't really root for you anymore. But if I can see something that a player can do to change the game around, I get excited, especially if they do that. And I think this raid coming in, that raid could have done a lot more damage. And if it had it could have changed the game. If CIO started trying to react to everything that was going on, instead of constantly pushing forward in an assault. The jester's fighting the archer. That's actually, the jester is a fighter, just so you know. The code sees the jester as a fighter. And the drunkards. Just if you're curious about that. Drunkards and jesters are fighting workers. Man, managed to get the fire right up onto the hill. That's quite decent. And so LuminaR is staying on the back foot. I'd like to see a couple of horse archers around here just trying to keep the farmers off. Now, those 2 trees, they got burnt. Those trees burnt down with it's going down. That's kind of funny. Now, there is still a lot of these guys are on really low health, though. It would not take much for their army to drop. And well, he's got plenty of resources coming in. He probably needs to get a few more ox headers over here. He's starting to get spears. Oh, CIO. I'm surprised we haven't seen any crossbows, any fletchers coming out yet. And most of those horse archers are now down to those assassins. With the 2 left. Slaves coming out to try to see if we can get rid of some of these farms. More slaves coming over this side. CIO is pretty well into a bread eco. So he can actually keep... And he's actually got enough food types to get extra popularity from that as well. While LuminaR just has the apples, and these two are always dying. Wow, this one's about to burn, so he's not going to get anything out of that. I'd like to see a horse archer spread out around on the sides just to try wreck the farm, kill the farmers off. More horse archers coming off the side, kills the slaves before they can do anything. I think at this point at his game, I don't really see any way for LuminaR to kind of come back from this one. Got a few horse archers up the top there. Got a few shots to take off. I think that was a waste of resources. He can't work it. I would say that it would have been better used, trying to build up a bread economy, which you can buy wheat and sell bread or something. However, again, there's not really many options. You do that and it's going to take gold that you would prefer to use on more troops. And it'll take time to do, in which time CIO could punish you pretty well on it. And now we've got these guys going to die off, so these slaves are going to be able to get up and wreck the houses with some flames. We've got the assassins coming in. I really hope LuminaR at least put some killing pits around his lord. But CIO could have always checked for that. And there's the GG. I mean, only about a 1500 gold, which at that level it is almost double the gold, so it is respectable. And I want to check the KD on my stats because it's a little bit more accurate in the weighted value. A lot closer than those numbers actually imply. In fact, CIO had more kills despite having less kill numbers, because CIO was killing a lot more horse archers and assassins, while LuminaR was killing a lot more slaves. So that's why I prefer going to this thing, so you can see those weighted values instead of worrying about those the kill numbers, which are really not accurate.